shall perish. We shall protect us from all foes. Not if the price is paid for, we will pay. When let us die with just a shred of peace. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. Oh, Fatherland, please keep us open range. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Singing abroad will cause the privilege. The waving storm of Christian glories, the fleet shall not rescue the flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this morning, and through the crucible was path we pass. When we are born, thou wilt so we shall remember those who died in us. There shall not always be the sun. Victory is of all light and oh, nada. Land of the rising sun, John Lovine, my originality. Land of the rising sun, Biafra. Land of the rising sun, Biafra. My home, my fatherland. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle, great Biafran people. But they kill it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take swoop to them entered in. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America. and we embraced them. I never knew them got ulterior motive. With religion splitted us amongst our brethren. With denomination, tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We'll never know we have to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Lord, so we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left out where we are gone. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. I want Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. The descendants of Abraham, from Father Isaac, descendants of Jacob, Biafra is a reality, my originality.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to put Biafra who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the good man.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial master, criminal master. I'm a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugar. Brought together all them captives, including Jah people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and tradition, different language, different in everything, overstanding on the reason for us to coexist together. In the plant of confusion, describe it as oil and the water that can never mix. Planted the cabals, them representatives here in Nigeria, looting all our treasures, colonial external marginalization of them Biafrans. Now is the time for manifestation. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Ayoy, Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Biafra. My home, my fatherland. My fatherland. Land of the rising. Land of the rising sun. My home, my fatherland. My originality. Land of the rising sun. Sweet home, my fatherland. I believe in Biafra.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. Anambra State is Biafra land. He is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And I know that one day, Biafrans, dead and alive, yet unborn, will understand the implication behind those words. Mazi Uche Okafor is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He hails from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. The one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. Nobody have done that. Till tomorrow, all you have is people who are running franchise with our life. He commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. It does not matter whose odds is God. Tell us the location of your village, and then we will try our popularity with you. But do not make any mistake about that. No, misunderstand what I say. It is not about the popularity. It's not about, in fact, there is no contest there. One thing stand uncompromisingly. And that is the idea. That is the issue. That all we want here is Biafra. And Biafra we shall get. I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Delta State, I must say, is Biafra land. I must call upon Biafrans first of all, wherever you are, in Biafra land or outside Biafra land. This is the time for you to rise up. Defend the honor and the dignity of your father's name, your land, because you never know what is coming. We appreciate the Almighty Creator, Chukwukika Biama, the one who made the heaven and earth, the one who has called forth our leader and his deputy with eminent Biafrans across the globe who are working assiduously. Many of them you will never hear their name. But I'm very happy because a day will come where we will tell the story how we overcome. Somebody telling you that it's not possible to destroy Nigeria. Nigeria will one day wish they were dismembered on time, not with AK-47. When we are done with them, John Odome will remove them. If you just make mistake and say, I'm in Nigeria, the mob will stone you. You will be stoned to death. But of course, I must acknowledge the Creator himself. And in my humble way, I say, Anye na jage mau, nejoku ne maramai, ihonanya ine nage, ubiomage, ujuru anyanya dadio, ingwe gimbangwe. Ọ dị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma. Once again, I welcome you. But before we move ahead to our topic this evening, I want to call on Biafra musicians all over the world. It is time to take our music industry to another level, honestly. Many of you have sung beautifully and very well. And when I listen to your music, I feel like turning to a musician myself. Maybe I am one anyway. My brother who sang that song I just played now, Biafra Land of the Rising Sun, your attention is needed. Every musician, Biafrans, believe me, before the end of next week, we will have a platform where we will congregate ourselves. Because this is the time we will make you to understand that all the song you have been singing will never be in vain. I may not be able to appreciate all your songs, but I think it is my duty, our duty, to be able to encourage you to do more. And so when you go to the studio as a Biafran musician to sing any song, don't be in a hurry. Give us something that will be spectacular, something that nobody has seen, something that nobody can deny you, or rather be denied of the pleasure to enjoy it. Something that will last the taste of time. You see, the musicians of Nigeria today, because Nigeria is evil, when they sing, in fact, you get sick. Somebody will wake up in the morning, go to studio, and the next thing you hear is, I don't jogodo, I don't jogodo, yeah, I wanna feel like Ray. You don't blame them, it's not their fault. Nobody gets in contact with Nigeria wholeheartedly and remain the same. Then the next group will come. I'm shining and chopping money and did this and you can imagine Yoruba. Omo baba mi olowo, I wanna di cocoa, I wanna smoke it, but it's not that way, man. Biafra musicians, get ready. I think it's your time. Specifically, the brother who sang Biafra, Land of the Rising Sun. If you have access to him, his phone number, tell him it's urgently needed. Everything about Biafra must be ready while we worship Biafra in. This is not a Nigerian wood or Fulani wood or Yoruba wood. We will build our nation. No compromising. But of course, you will get further information about that. Without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic this evening, which is simply, what a hopeless country called Nigeria. You see, sometimes I pray that the topic of every issue we discuss should be able to drive a conclusive message home for you to understand what we're actually saying. When you say you are in Nigeria, you are very hopeless, honestly. And then when we say what a hopeless country called Nigeria, it's because we do not find a better way to actually quantify, classify, or whatever grammar you want to use about Nigeria. Nigeria is not just hopeless, but useless. You will not understand. But I believe before the end of this study, you will understand. Once they say you are hopeless, that means you are worse than useless. There are some people that are useless, but yet they are hopeful. But the moment they say you are hopeless, it means that you are not just useless, you are hopeless. Nothing to write home about. And then tonight, for you to understand, I just simply say my topic is, what a hopeless country. It's like when we come, we say Nigeria is a zoo. They say, how can you call us a zoo? Yeah, we are a zoo. But we are still searching for a better name to give to you. I'm talking to Nigerians, so you are Dudu, I'm not talking to you. You can be 419, can be embedded in your DNA. That is your business. It is only greedy people you can catch. You can be Fulani terrorists. That is your business. It's those who go to do rankadede to you can come. You might come our side, we cure your disease. Of course, when you are Biafra, you know who you really are. Nobody mess up with you. But the moment you are from any of this nation, you are jumping out, oh, we in Nigeria, you are very hopeless. When you are calling, when you want to tell them you are in Nigeria, whisper and say, I know be Nigeria, but today my country, they is Nigeria. They will understand. Don't think they don't know. When we say situation or circumstance is a hopeless one, it means that the issue at hand has come to an end. There is nothing anybody can do about it. I must remind you or inform you, in case you don't know, that Nigeria is a hopeless country and only stupid people clinch to one Nigeria, and only criminal nation associate with them or form alliance with them, which is very bad. This is how bad it can be. You see some country, they say, oh, we love one Nigeria. Nigeria is giant of Africa. In territorial integrities of Nigeria cannot be tempered. We will defend the honor and the magnitude and the autonomistic of Nigeria. They are criminals. So watch them very well. It doesn't matter who they are. Only criminals. Only armed robbers. Only looters and terrorists are proudly Nigerians or Nigerian associates without apology. The kind of evil happening in Nigeria, and British government is covering it, and some reputable nation across the globe chooses not to speak against it. The evil, all because they are beneficiary of this company called Nigeria. A lot of evil going on. For you to know how evil British government is, when you see them defend one Nigeria. They play what they call smartness. But your smartness is a dated one. Get used to it. Wake up. Advance. You produce iron ship. You become world power. Rome produced wooden ship. They rule the world. Britain produced iron ship. They rule the world. American produced aeroplane. They rule the world. Who know the heck they are going to produce again to rule the world? The way you see any country jumping up and down. No, you can't discuss this issue of Nigeria. Nigeria is a wonderful thing. They are all criminal, individually or collectively. They are all evil, hopeless, useless people across the globe. We will prove it to them. Like I always say, the world is on trial because of the issue of Biafra in Nigeria. Some of them are collaborating with Nigeria to dent the image of the holy nation, that of the people of Biafra, for over 200 years. They have created the impression that we are bad people. Of course, I mean Biafrans. But before our time is up, we will prove them wrong. There are ongoing plans as we speak to project the image of the Biafran as bad. They are working very hard towards that. But don't worry, Biafrans, don't worry. Fasten your seatbelt. We shall prove them wrong. All of a sudden, FBI just discovered that, 82 Igbo man who is a 419. We are waiting for more list. But it will shock you that what is happening in Nigeria. This is the time FBI have to see Igbo man that are 419 in America. So people say, no, don't talk it about America. America can get angry and you not get your own independent. And then if that is what will give us independence, may we die as a slave. This is how Obama did. People say, how can you talk to Obama? Don't you know it's Obama? Who the heck is that guy anyway? So when you say you are FBI, whatever name you call yourself across the globe, be sincere. We know the game all of you are playing. We know the game. FBI couldn't find out that Nigerian helped to sponsor, to rig Donald Trump out of office and put Hillary Clinton. The evidence are everywhere. FBI is not publishing it. Is FBI still benefiting from oil company in Biafra land? Maybe we have to Google it. You have to search it. That is why we say anybody you see romancing with Nigeria, it doesn't matter who they are. Even if it is heaven, we will challenge heaven in their very court. What about Halliburton issue? We can say, American punish the people involved. FBI should publish their name. Anybody trying to dent the image of Biafra, not to talk of IPOB. Read that word, Biafra, not to talk of IPOB. We assure you, you will never recover from it. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall without apology. Nigeria is so hopeless and useless that children are being taught under uncompleted building. So hopeless Nigeria that more than 70% of the school in Nigeria, from the primary school level to the secondary school level, if not university, they are being taught under uncompleted building. They carry some of them as they enter school compound, they begin to look for block for their chair. University students looking for block to sit down. Some even carry plywood. They branch carpenter shop before they go to all classes, lecture hall. Why do they call it itself? Just to have somewhere to sit. There is no difference between prison in Nigeria with Nigerian university. That is even the worst. And the way they put it, in fact, Nigerian school is best on the social media. If I publish one now, Facebook controlled by Yoruba, Zuckerberg, they say, it violates our privacy. But of course, you can't even look where we stay. People who school in that condition, how do you want them to become somebody in future? As a man thinketh, so he is. You think of how to drink garri from morning to night. How do you think your brain will work? The highest development is to know what you drink with garri. Then as you drink garri, you say use alcohol. You now drink garri with alcohol. You now say try granite. You now drink garri with granite. You say put sugar. You do with sugar. You say add salt. All these are experiments. Very soon you begin to combine all of them. Most of you don't know that when you drink garri with the sugar and salt, it takes you to another level of enjoyment, of suffering. Or garri get plan. Now before, no be now. Or garri go die of kwashiorkor even without Harold Wilson syndrome. Kwashiorkor go kill you. Go garri build upstairs for Nigeria now. We go count your ribs before you finish that story building. That is how hopeless Nigeria is. And they are telling you, they are encouraging you. Oh, you must stand up. Oh, youth of Nigeria, you must be energetic. You must be hardworking. It's a lie. They honor you with their mouth, but their action destroy the very fabric of your existence. This is how hopeless your Nigerian is. They tell you, you are the leader of tomorrow. Oh, you are the leader of tomorrow. You now see why Africa is so hopeless. Africa is so poor. Africa have been impoverished. Africa will never succeed. Because the youngest president in Africa, if I'm not mistaken, is Jubri, the imposter in Aso Rock. And it has to be that way because he's on plastic surgery. I mean. Jubri is the youngest president in Africa. Unbelievable. That guy should be around 60 years. Forget about the makeup there. So outside Jubri, almost all the presidents in Africa, some of them were president before I was born. Look at my age now. They are still president. Nigerians are gradually, hopelessly, stupidly, foolishly trying to amend the fraudulent constitution to enable Jubri continue third tenure. This was a man that was always sick. Every minute they were carrying him from one native doctor to one babalawo, from one babalawo to one DBA, from one DBA to one doctor. Everywhere, all of a sudden, Theresa May Hospital treated him. He's looking younger now. Is God not wonderful? God is wonderful. Very hopeless people like that. But of course, you will not understand. It doesn't really mean anything to you because your brain is now saying, thunder will fire you. So hopeless, I don't know how to describe them. Now, let's look at one issue. There is still slave trade ongoing in Nigeria. Slave trade is still going on in Nigeria. And BBC have not said it. Voice of America have not said it. What is the name of radio station of Japan and Chinese? Voice of Chinese, Voice of Japan, Voice of Australia, Voice of Africa. Nobody have said it. It is because they know IPOB will say. That is why they even romance it. Today we come out and we say, all those colonial masters, they are criminal, they come to, of course they are. Anybody who claims is a colonial master is a criminal. But they not left, they only changed their pattern. In Nigeria, there is slave trade. Before today, oh, Igbo is a baby factory. Oh, Igbo are selling pecan. Oh, Igbo are 419. Oh, Igbo are child trafficking. Igbo are sex traders. What would they not say? That is why when we look at all of you, we pity for you. There is no way, honestly. There is slave trade ongoing in Nigeria, according to Nigerian newspaper. If Nigerian newspaper will give you this fact, you know they lie. It's worse than that. Over 300 children were found in Kaduna State, not Enugu State, not Delta State, not River State, not Bayelsa State, not Cross River, Ebonyi, not Biafra land. If not, you will know that they have BBC Igbo. They even have BBC Abo. That is how hopeless, useless your Nigerian can be. In Kaduna State, they said it's over 300. Then what you need to do is add 0 behind. Because when Nigerian tells you 20 people died in motor accident, know that he said that 200 or 20,000. So if Nigerian can be sincere to tell you that over 300, brother, use your tongue and count your teeth. But let's go by what they say. Over 300 children were found by the police, Nigerian terrorist Boko Haram police in Kaduna State. They uncovered the bungalow where these children were chained on their legs and starving. Now let's stop there and analyze what happened. Number one, these 300 children, or these over 300 children, were chained. The last time I checked, they handcuff you. But when they say you were chained, it passed a different message. They could have said over 300 was handcuffed. But they didn't say so. Maybe wisdom denies them the true fact of knowledge. They were chained. The same way the Portuguese or the colonial master came, chaining our father and carrying them away as slaves. They are still doing it in Nigerian till today. So when we tell you that Fulanis are playing out the script written by the colonial terrorist master, which is British government, most of you don't understand. They went to gather children. Some of them 4 years, some of them 7 years, some of them 10 years. Maybe the oldest among them should be 17 years. Number one, they chained them, which is to tell you that slavery is still on in Nigeria. Number two, they starved them. They starved them, and they claim that the reason they starved them is that they are fasting. Who is the heck is deceiving who? We all know that when Muslims want to fast, if their fasting starts from 4 o'clock in the morning, they wake up 2 o'clock early morning, eat heavy melu. If it's Yoruba Muslim, they will eat correct hamala in the way do eat times 7 that they don't need to get hungry even 3 days later. And then when all of them wake up, they wear long face as if they are fasting. No, they are only indoctrinating those boys. That is why we told you. Go and look at the stomach of all your pastor. And tell me sincerely if they are fasting. Only poor men fast. The moment you get money, you don't fast again. God don't need your fast. Did I say you should not fast? No. But don't deceive yourself. Be sincere. They starved them. The same way they starved the children of Biafra. Generation of 1967 and 1970. They starve you to control your will. In case you don't know. They know we know what they are doing. So they are trying to defend themselves. Today, many Biafrans and many Nigerians has lost their mind because they are hungry. They are hungry. So youth kill their parents. When I see people selling baby, a young girl will come out and give birth to a baby, carry the pregnancy for 9 months. You wake up and you sell the baby 30,000, and you have the guts to tell us you sold that baby. Some of you will not see the light of the day in a genuine Biafra land. But I don't blame you. You were conditioned with hunger. Feed a man, and you tell the man how to live his life. You think they don't know what they are doing? With all this suffering they've imposed on you, let them say, oh, we want to vote next presidency. You will see everybody. You will go and collect 2,500, forgetting that the one you collect for changing, it is still changing your life. And your life can never remain the same again. Because you are hungry. They do sachet gare. Some of them even insult you by giving you pants. Who they wear pants for Africa in a time like this? Pants na fashion. Who they wear pants? We wear bossa, but they won't give you bossa. They give you pants. Draw Buhari pants. Those people where they wear Buhari pants where they draw Jubri. I wonder why you will not be barren. Women wearing bra, they draw Jubri. Tell me why you will not have cancer of the breast. This is how they have reduced us to. Some will even insult you, put gari jebu, inside line on agege bread, put their picture. Oh, vote Tinubu and enjoy Tinubu gari. One partition is granite, the other partition is gari. This is how hopeless Nigerian can be. They starve the children. And so, when they succeed in doing that for years, automatically they control these children. Number 3 thing they did, they were sexually abused. These are young boys. And we tell you these people are evil, you will not understand. They say, who sexually abused them? Go and ask Nigerian journalists, who abused them sexually? Is it women? For the record purposes. So it's men. Does Allah now ask men to be sleeping with men? With all the small girls they are raping. Are you telling me now that Allah gave some lunatics the right to be sleeping with men? When we tell you they are sleeping with Rogers Okorocha, everybody says it's a propaganda. But I didn't say this. Nigerian Gota media know we will not let them go. They said it. That this Boko Haram who work for Allah or British government, we're actually sleeping with these small boys, defiling them on chain. And maybe they come up after starving them for 1 day or 2 days. They will say, if you want to eat a plate of food, we have to sleep with you. Then they are compelled to do that. This is how they will keep them. Tomorrow they turn them to Boko Haram. I want you to understand, underline the implication of what they are doing. That's the way you are coming and tell you, oh, we are now in Nigeria, thunder will fire your generation. Have you imagined who gave birth to these children? Have you imagined how they managed to trick these children? Have you imagined what the children has gone through over a year? How can you actually be able to think about the human degrading treatment, but they know what they are doing? Let us continue. And these sexually abused children, slaves, were found in Kaduna. Kaduna, I will save your life. I will save your life. Plateau, save your life. Middle Betans, save your life. Because this thing will catch up with all of you. This is your one Nigeria. And then the world is stupidly looking at Jubri, discussing about global warming, when he's supposed to be talking about young democracy. Now you see why they are so stupid. Because only fool makes will fool. They say birds of the same feather flocks together. I didn't say so. A supposedly president with the support of Abakari, Tinubu, El Rufai, Kwankwaso, all these terrorists, Lamido Sanusi, in their own backyard, you have over 3,000 children being raped in chain in a time like this. Where is United Nations? This is the one you hear. Somebody saw it. They couldn't hide it any longer. So they blew it up and, they paint it. Some of them are between the ages of 10, according to TVC News, as they reported it. The big surprise was that they were chained, possibly to ensure that they do not run away. They were chained. Slave camp. We will tell you Nigeria is a business company. That there is something you don't know. Many countries come to Nigeria to buy kidney and liver. But these are issues we are not discussing. Mozo people were murdered during the time of Wazurike. Their dead body thrown into Izu River. So many of them, and so are IPOB members. Many of them murdered and dumped into the river, into shallow grave. That is when I see some people who are supposed to be doing investigative journalism. They are investigating their father. I pity all of you. Why are they hiding their dead body? I have been on different protests, and I've seen brothers and sisters fall. Most of their dead body we cannot recover because Nigerian army will pick them up immediately. But they pick them up for two purposes. One is for ritual. The other one is to harvest their kidney and their liver. But you will not understand. Aside turning these children to Boko Haram, most of them, all these countries you are seeing coming to sign bilateral agreement with Nigeria, they are coming to buy your kidney. They are coming to buy your liver. Show us the dead body of one man killed by Fulani headsmen and show us the complete body. It will amaze you. These are some of the